So if you happen to see my other video about the Ruger LCP, you'll know that I had some problems with reliability issues. And looking at it, it turned out it looks like it was a problem with the extractor, is what I'm thinking it is. So, I was going to send it back to Ruger, but I ended up getting busy with a lot of other things, and finally had another look at it. And I thought I'd take a quick look at it myself. So, like I said, it looked like it was not extracting, so what I did was I went on YouTube, found some channels there that found out how to take the extractor out, which isn't bad once you have something actually to get it out with. Here's the little thing that comes in the back that gives you a tension on your extractor, and this is the spring that attaches here. And just look up on YouTube to find any other ones, videos that show you how to take that out, or maybe I'll try it later on. But anyways, so I took the extractor out, and what I found was that the spring was stuck actually inside of the channel, inside of the pistol. And you can see in here, let's see if I can get it, there's a little channel right back in here. Now when I got it out, what I found was very interesting in that you can see these little flakes in here. Now it's not gunpowder, I thought maybe that was what it was at first, but there's these tiny little flakes of stuff in there. And the only thing I can figure, there's some down here too, the only thing I can think of is it might have been like some stuff from whenever they finished the slide, like a sanding type compound or something. And maybe that was, I can actually feel it there, it might have been inhibiting the spring from operating properly to actually put the proper tension on the extractor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that out. And also the other thing was, if you watch my other video, this Cerakote, and somebody told me that the proper pronunciation is Cerakote, I think might have been causing some troubles. You can see it's on there. I'm going to end up polishing this all the way off. And I watched some other videos where some people would polish actually this area here and it would improve reliability. And then I'm going to check and see if I can find out if there's any of this Cerakote stuff in here. Now I love the finish of the pistol, but I think the manufacturers need to make sure that they aren't coating parts that cause reliability problems. So anyways, I will clean this out and then I will let you know whenever I take it to the range whether or not it improves functioning. Alright. There's a failure to eject. Alrighty. Damn it. Reliable with FDE. So the only trouble I had today was with the Fiocchi. Here, for some reason, it did not like that I had about 3 or 4 jams. Federals were fine, Federal practice ammo, and my Federal HSTs, which seem to have a lot more oomph to them than the practice ammo. So we'll see. I have to decide whether or not I'm ready to go with this, or maybe I will give it another couple range trips. We'll see. So before taking the LCP out for another range trip, I found something interesting. Whenever I was cleaning it, I noticed that this black coloring was on the feed ramp too, and I hadn't paid much attention to it. However, when I looked at it closely, before it wasn't in this condition here, I still had the finish on it, there was a bunch of copper on it, and I wonder if that wasn't the problem with the Fiocchi. So I looked really close, and there are actually horizontal lines across the feed ramp. And whenever I looked really close, it turned out that there were machining marks. So not only was it not polished and had a finish on it, but it actually had machining marks on it. So I just polished this out, and I'm going to take it to the range again, and hopefully that will help with reliability as well. Now the last, 2 range trips, I had no problems with Federal ammunition. So I'm going to take it out again, and we'll talk later. Alright, I'm 100% so far today. So I'm back again at the range today. This is, I think, my 3rd trip So far, no malfunction since I made the adjustments to my Ruger LCP. Using Remingtons today, I've used Federals. The only problems I've had so far is with the Fiocchi, which there's just something was going on with maybe that particular batch. I've had good luck with everything else from them. So anyways, I'm going to do some more shooting. Alrighty, that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm not real fast, but anyways, working good. So after about 3 range trips with no malfunctions at all, I have graduated my Ruger LCP, the Model 1 style, over to a usefulness in my rotations of my carry weapons for my CCW. So I just wanted to go over again what exactly I did here to make this pistol more reliable. Now again, like I said before, Ruger's very good. I could have sent it back to them and I'm sure they would have fixed it, but I like to actually find out what's going on with it myself. So anyways, let's take it apart here. So most of the problems, I think, and not all of the problems, were caused by the Cerakote. So whoever did the Cerakote finish, I think, got a little bit too ambitious because it was thick on the bottom here of the rails on the slide, which made it very tight to the frame. So you increase drag there. They also had this portion here, which rides above the cartridges and also strips the first cartridge off, or strips off a cartridge each time it comes through, was also very rough with the Cerakote. And once it actually roughened up, it was really, I mean, it just drug over. It gave a lot of extra resistance. So I took and cleaned off the Cerakote from here, on the top of here, just sanded it down to the point where it was nice and smooth, took it all the way off of this part here, and then polished it nice. The other area that was rough was actually the feed plate here in the front, the breech face. So I polished that, and I didn't polish it all the way, like crazy polish it, because I didn't want to change the headspace. So it's nice and smooth. The cartridges run up there very nice. While we're here too, I also took apart the extractor and found out the spring was having some troubles actually running normally through there because, again, there was Cerakote in the tube, and I cleaned that out. Now, the last thing that I did was I looked and saw, after the Fiocchis were giving me troubles, and I found out that there was a bunch of copper fouling on the feed ramp. Now, I looked at my other older LCP, and it had no copper fouling feed on the feed ramp, plus it was polished. Now, this one had the black coating on it here, so I didn't really notice it until I started to polish it, but I found out that there was actually machining marks going horizontally across there. So that could have been helping things. So I polished that out nicely, and as a result, like I said, I've taken it to the range, at least 3 times since I made all the changes. I think twice since I did the feed ramp thing. And I have run about 450 rounds through full metal jacket practice ammo, and also for my carry ammo, which is the Federal HSTs. I got that little misaligned there. That spring is a little... Okay, got it back together. Wasn't so easy looking through the viewfinder of this camera here and trying to do it. So, this is my Ruger LCP with the flat dark earth Cerakote, and also the sage, I believe it's sage green Cerakote for the slide. So if you have troubles with one of these or any Ruger LCP, you could look into what I just showed you with the barrel, the slide, and everything else to do with the Cerakote. But at this point here, I put in around, like I said before, around 450 rounds of practice ammo and defensive ammo. So it now goes officially into my CCW rotation, and I will be using it as a pocket carry pistol. Now I have the other one as well too, so I'll probably end up using this one a lot on the bicycle, and anytime that I really need something really flat, even smaller than my car CM9, I'll be using this. So other than the few problems I had, the Ruger LCP comes very highly recommended. It is about the smallest you can get, and after some work with this one, of course, it's an extremely reliable pistol, and I would recommend it for concealed carry. Alright, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my video. Please subscribe, and out.